Are you an entrepreneur in need of some help seeing your business grow, or a tech company who would like to get off the ground? Well, our next guest is from an organization that supports the growth of innovation and technology based businesses in southeastern Alberta. Tracy Stroud is the Regional Innovation Coordinator at Apex Southeast Alberta, and we welcome her to the show today. Tracy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Tracy, you have a lot of experience in helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Can you talk a little bit about the benefits that Apex Alberta brings to Southern Alberta business owners?
Absolutely. So, Apex is actually a collaborative organization in Southeast Alberta. And so we work with our Community Futures EntreCorp office, Medicine Hat College, and Alberta Innovates to help companies along their entrepreneurship journey. And so we can provide supports from early as a potential company has an idea that they want to see to fruition and see if it is a viable business idea, all the way up to existing companies that are looking to scale and grow. And so we provide quite a wide range of supports for tech and knowledge based entrepreneurs.
Okay, that sounds so interesting. And is it mostly for businesses based in southeastern Alberta, like you're in Medicine Hat, for example? Do you ever go beyond that?
Sometimes, but it is pretty rare. So we are actually one of 8 regional innovation networks across the province, and each RIN, as we call it for short, they exist to help tech and knowledge-based companies start up and scale. And so we work in collaboration with the other regional innovation networks. So if a company is from a different region, there will be a RIN assigned to that region, and we would connect them to the proper supports in that area.
Okay, awesome. Now, how important is innovation and development to the Alberta economy? What kind of impact does that have?
Absolutely. It's so important right now in terms of diversification and providing new types of jobs. So, right now, from a global perspective, IT jobs are the number one hot job in the world. So, with the pandemic, it's really increased the need for online businesses and providing a new way to reach new markets. So, in terms of Alberta being able to diversify the economy into the tech and knowledge-based sector, it's very important, and we are seeing growth in this area. Recently, Alberta Innovates launched 4 new tech accelerators, and these are global tech accelerators. So the best of the best in coaching and helping more businesses scale up. And so we're getting more tech entrepreneurs, we're getting more companies to scale up and grow their business, which ultimately creates more jobs, which is really what we want to see in Alberta.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, your organization, Apex, does it look to promote Southeast Alberta as a destination for tech companies, or is your mission more to help develop ideas and technology already in the region, or both?
A little bit of both, actually. So primarily it is to help the entrepreneur get started and scale. But in some cases, we have existing companies that might need help with they're attracting the right type of workforce. So right now we have some companies that are needing additional support in STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and math. And so those positions are quite sought after in our region. And so we are creating awareness that those positions exist. We have local companies that are looking to fill them, and letting them know about Southeast Alberta and the benefits of living in the area. So usually it's the entrepreneur development journey, but sometimes we do help companies in a different way when it comes to that workforce.
Hmm. And the months of COVID, of course, restrictions, that took such a huge toll on so many small businesses and perhaps on the innovation and tech side of things as well. So are you seeing resilience among that business community? Like, what are some of the examples that you could give us?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially early on in the pandemic, we seen a lot of companies pivot to get their businesses online. And so we primarily work with more of those tech software companies. But during the early days of the pandemic, we were helping all companies to have an online presence so they could reach their customers in online markets. And so we've provided a lot of digital training supports, and we continue to do that. And so some of the training we're offering right now, our partner Community Futures has these digital squads in partnership with BusinessLink, and it's teaching companies not only to get online and get a website online, but how you can use Google AdWords and all of these other digital marketing supports that are needed. And so, yeah, we provide quite a wide array of training and supports, but the companies have been absolutely amazing to pivot and constantly adapt to the new world and the new regulations that we're seeing with COVID. So it's been great to see companies that have, done well during this time, this very difficult time, and some are even, thriving and doing better than before. So kudos again to our amazing business community.
That's amazing. And of course, the last 20 months have been such a huge challenge for all of us. And maybe talk a little bit about how our economy needs those small businesses and innovators to bring their ideas to market.
Absolutely. It's so important to have companies that are developing new intellectual property, and that are developing new products and services that the world hasn't seen before. And there are companies doing it. And now it's a process of getting that to market. And so that's some of the supports that we provide is to help on those stages. And I would just say, it's companies don't need to do it alone. There are supports available, and it can be a tough journey on their own. And so why not engage with organizations that want to provide assistance and help make that journey a little bit easier.
Now, where does the funding for Apex Alberta come from?
Primarily, it comes from Alberta Innovates. They support the regional innovation networks across Alberta. We also work with other partners to leverage resources, though, as well. So we try to make those dollars go as far as possible to provide supports for companies.
Yeah, and so I know you have a collaboration with Medicine Hat College. And how important are these collaborations that Apex has with other organizations in Medicine Hat?
Yeah, it absolutely is critical. So the regional innovation networks, they are an ecosystem of innovation supports. So if we are not offering a certain program at the time, we work with our other partners across Southeast Alberta to provide that, and sometimes even with the other innovation networks across the province. So we have some great advanced manufacturing capabilities in central Alberta. So that the RIN there is called Karen. And so we will work with those organizations to provide more of those specialized supports. Even from an export perspective, we don't have an expert office here in Southeast Alberta, but we will work with Calgary because they do, and to bring in those supports to provide it for the entrepreneur. So even though we like to let entrepreneurs know that you don't have to leave your community to get supports. We can bring supports into them, whatever they are needing. So companies don't have to go to bigger centers, especially tech companies. There's this perception that they might have to go to Silicon Valley to get supports. That is not the case. We can help them right here in Alberta.
That's really cool. So what kind of support or training does Apex provide?
Quite a variety. So right now we have 5 females working in partnership with our Medicine Hat College, going through a venture development training course. So these are women that have that are in tech or in science, and they have a really good idea that they want to see to come to fruition. And so the training is allow them to go through the process of starting up that business and what it would take to be successful. So that's one example on the start level. On the scale level, we actually have some of our entrepreneurs right now in a lean sales accelerator. And so they're learning how to market their product and service to the next level. So depending on the needs of local companies is really how we adapt and provide that training. So I wouldn't say there's one training running all the time that's the same. We adapt to the needs of our business community.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. So, how about are there any innovators to watch? Maybe some trailblazers for us to watch out for in the coming months and year?
Absolutely. We've got some companies doing amazing things. I encourage people to check out our website, apexalberta.ca. We've got a company called Kinetisense right now that is actually exporting their software to 12 different countries. And some up and coming ones as well that you'll see on the website. Welltrax is another one creating software for oil and gas reclamation. Yeah, lots of exciting things happening that you can find out more on our website.
Tracy, thanks so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
And thank you for the opportunity as well. It's been great.
Tracy Stroud is the Regional Innovation Coordinator at Apex Southeast Alberta. I'm Jeanette Roche on behalf of all of us here at Bridge City News. Thanks for watching.